I want to welcome the guest speakers in the Township Association, you people in general, commissioners, and I would like to, if there's a chance for the special military, if you've been in the military, to stand up. If anybody wants to. Thank you guys for your service. Okay, Kevin Wolf and Melissa Binder. Kevin Wolf from Farmers Union Insurance and Melissa Binder from Bowerman.
Stand up. Please, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Not you.
I am standing up.
I know.
But you guys can visit with them at break time. They're not going to speak because they're scared. But I thank all you guys for coming because you guys make the Township Association. So thank you. Give you guys yourself a hand too because you guys do come. So we'll move on. Secretary's report.
Sorry guys, apologize for being late. You can hear me right? Unofficial minutes, spring meeting, March 19th. Jared Arndt called the meeting to order. Ron Martin, Tom Fettig, Darrell Guthmiller, Tim Dronin, Gene Shinhart, Lauren Lang were all absent. Welcome to the speakers, North Dakota Township Association, Jerry Miller, our District 5 rep, Ben Sambica, Josh Losmore, Jim Albrecht, and Nick Fries. Please rise and remove all headgear. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Secretary's report. Shannon read the fall 2024 minutes. Craig Kemet motion to accept the minutes. Brenda Schultz second. All ayes. Report was approved. Treasurer's report. Ron Martin was absent but sent information for Julie to read. Said the checking was at $11,903.60 with $300 dues not deposited. Directors $525. with $191.10 in mileage. Meeting expense and lunch was $64.50. Secretary wages not paid yet will be mailed $250. State Township Officers Association dues paid in 2024 $6,800, which includes 34 townships. $500 four were past due. 2024 not paid are Stewart, Merkel, Woodlawn, and Westport. 2025 dues paid are Rexine, Robinson, Buckeye, Lake Williams, Quimby. From Robinson half, Tuttle and Haynes are owing $50 due to increase starting in 2025. Check with Ron if you're unsure of which year your township is current in. Clint Heddletwit moved to accept the treasurer's report, seconded by Raymond Kremlich. All ayes. Motion carried. Report approved. Old business. Reminder, dues are now $250 per township. New business, tabled until after the break. Let's begin with our speakers. Ben Sampica, state-funded flex funding for roads and bridges application base is a 2-year-old program. Kidder County is a no-oil township and county. First round of funding had 250 applications with $430 million with 66 projects. Kidder County had 2 projects funded, 1 township, listing on the North Dakota Flex Fund website. New applications will begin in May and will be open for 2 months. No minimum or maximum on projects, but requires to be clear project information and good estimates on grade raises, culverts, etc. Get your engineer to help with the dollar amounts. Graveling and road building with graveling would qualify. You have max 18 mills not needed to apply, but priority will be given to those with the 18. The flex funding will not back pay on any loans used for projects before. Check out the website at dot.nd.gov/flexfund. Again, new applications in May. Josh Loosemore, Periton LLC, Consulting and Contraction, Watershed Management. Crystal Springs Watershed Project, Dan Mitleiter is on the steering committee. Seeing a lot of groundwater pushing up in Kidder County, so need to see some building up of the roads. Kidder County has no passive river system. 26th, Long Lake in throes of the water issue. Best hydrolists in the state haven't seen this system. Railroads are hardest to work with. Craig Kemet asked if the helicopter that map for the state, if the results are out yet. Not yet. Crystal Springs bringing water towards Long Lake, how will that work? 120-day pumping season with help from the North Dakota Wildlife Management at Long Lake, but they aren't responding. Will take the state or DC's help in implementing the dam gates. John Kuipers asked, why hasn't Crystal Springs Township been contacted by the steering committee? Someone needs to be contacting you and I will check on it. David Schultz said there's standing water south of Steele with lots of issues. If you move water from Crystal Springs south, wouldn't that make the water problem south of Steele worse for those farmers and property owners? Any plans on how to move it? Spring will be the observation time. There's not much movement in summer or fall. Jerry Miller, North Dakota Township District 5 Rep. I really encourage you to take advantage of the flex funding then presented. Please apply. I will highlight some of the legislative actions, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'll give my copy for attachment with your minutes. Senate Bill 1374, open meeting law, restructure so 2 to 3 board members can talk without a violation. Please reach out to the North Dakota Legislative Branch, can email you the updates. Many bills are trying to take township authority away and let big companies, Public Service Commission, counties, cities, dictate what can happen in any township. Get involved, voice calmly but sternly, otherwise representatives think there's no care to do whatever. Brenda Schultz asked if township has zoning in place, can those still come in and override the township? Yes, they will find a way if they want it, but you have a small block for them to act. Senate Bill 2177 and Senate Bill 2174 deal with the big egg facilities, the feedlots, etc., with road maintenance, setbacks, right-of-ways, order control, etc. Main numberhead constituting a feedlot. Please stay vigilant with what the House and Senate are doing. First Tuesday link has many great speakers at 7 p.m. monthly. Check it out. After your annual meeting, please update new board members' information as soon as possible and make sure their voted township oath of office is filled out. State convention had a very low turnout scheduled in December 8th and 9th. I'm up for re-election again for District 5. Please come and vote if you want me back. Property tax reform bill has no deduction unless you pay tax on your house. Also, the homestead is a 3% base per year exemption, needs filled out yearly for qualifying. Mary Lou Hansen stated that the 30-inch natural gas pipeline proposed route by Robinson has had no public meeting or hearing, just someone with a survey letter. Break, Jim Albrecht, tax director, no agriculture land increase this year. Assessor books are ready to be picked up. Weed board, Chris Gear stated the board has set out for bids on contracted commercial spraying for the state roads. New business, David Schultz, commissioners have voted and decided without contacting all townships to raise certified mile blading from $30 to $75 without any type of contract or guarantee on times. Clint Heddletwood asked why don't they want to commit. The commissioners just say if we don't want to, we don't have to. Nick stated why 3 blades over 5 blades. Some areas require more and are being done, but we are also dealing with blade breakdowns. Wes Randall asked, roads are being charged for blading but not getting done. Do you and the blade operators have our maps? Nick handed out a sheet giving county blading costs in comparison with other counties. Dan Mitleiter stated should be $132 certified mile to cover costs, but commissioners decided on $75. Clint asked again, what wording do you want on a contract, average blading or guaranteed blading? Craig Kemet, costs are up and we have to pay it, but thought we had a guarantee so road tax pays. David Schultz, there's no guarantee. John Kuipers in Crystal Springs, some roads saw 5 blades, where? Some saw 2 blades, some never. Who do we call? Nick said call your district commissioner representative if the blade operator won't answer your call. Dylan Hoffman, why do the blades drive up and down the roads with the blades up, costs on transmission with faster speed driving? Is there a different management way? Leaving blades away from shops and finishing the next day, maybe a pickup with a fuel tank left to run around instead of the machines. This is a discussion for the commissioner's room. David stated clerks and chairmen received a letter from the secretary stating of a roll call present township vote today. So I'd like to have a motion to request from the county commissioners to guarantee 3 or more road bladings for the increase to $75, a certified mile, and to send a delegation to the commissioner's room to have the blading and costs put in the official county minutes. Craig Kemet made the motion for what David stated on attending the commissioners' meeting and a 3 or more blading guarantee recorded in the county minutes. John Kuiper seconded the motion. President Jared and Secretary Shannon had the sign-in sheets and started calling alphabetically with townships present, recorded a verbal roll call vote. 24 voting townships, 22 with yes votes, 1 with a no vote, and 1 left before the vote. David will be contacting townships for representation members to let Jean know for the April 11th meeting. Val Lyer asked, how do they track the blades when some roads see 1 blade and others are 5+? Graders have a GPS system that should show where the blade was on and which road. We can check. David asked if the minutes should be published in the O-Zone so people in the county know what the association is doing. Shannon checked with Joyce at the O-Zone and she was told legal minutes are 80 cents a line. At the spring minutes wouldn't be in the paper until after the November meeting for approval. Is that too long? Would it be better if an article could be submitted to the paper or the paper have a reporter come to a township association meeting to report? Clint Heddletwit motioned to ask for a reporter as costs would be high with the lines. John Kuiper seconded that motion, passed with ayes. Steel Ozone will be contacted about a reporter, or Shannon will see about writing a small article for the paper with the president's approval. Nick Freeze, Commissioner. Blades are working on pulling shoulders as much as they can now. If you're planning on coming to the April meeting, please come with a plan, be calm, and be professional. Election for representatives, District 1, Chris Geard. Number 3, David Schultz. 5, Jared Arndt. 7, Don Fanta. All were re-elected back to serve their districts. Other business, nothing. Raymond Plumrich, motion to adjourn the meeting. John Kuiper, second. And now you see why we can't put them in the paper? Sorry.
Can I have a motion to approve the secretary minutes?
I so move.
Second?
Second.
Got him?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Now we need the treasurer's report, please.
Good afternoon. I must be getting old because I think a cold caught up with me or some damn thing here. Anyway, the checkbook balance as of today is $10,941.10. The meeting directors for fall setup was $525. The mileage for the directors was $192.50. And at the last meeting there, I said I would mail the secretary wages, which I did, was $250. Miscellaneous stamps and lunch, I bought 2 books of stamps and lunch was $220. The state dues, there were 33 dues, I paid at $6,600. And then there were 2 dues from 2024 that I paid was $400, so I paid a total of $7,000 for dues. And then the townships that haven't paid for 25 yet are Westford, Crown Hill, Manning, Bunker, and Tanner. If Tanner is here, they owe $50. They only paid me $200. And if Stewart is here, Stewart paid me too much in 24 of $50. So, so when you pay me this year, Stewart only has to pay $200, and Tanner would end up paying $300. So, if there's any questions, just come and see me. There are a couple townships that have paid for 26 here. They were Haynes and Excelsior, and I appreciate that very much. And I don't know if anybody I've seen in the grass roots that some of these townships are mailing the dues directly to Barb, and that's a no-no. I don't know, we got to start sending out bills to you guys, but we do have our address and we do have it on the letters that, you know, where it's supposed to come. So I don't know if we gotta try and do something different here. It just costs extra postage. I just paid $156 for 2 books of stamps now, 2 rolls of stamps for Shannon here, which is getting to be kind of spendy here too. So if you got any comments or anything, let us know here, but I guess that's all I got then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Yeah. Got it? Second? Paul? Okay, we'll go to old business. Remaining dues are now $250 per township. I don't know if we need any talk about it or not. Just to tell them.
There was a little confusion, but it kind of got, the ones that had paid $200, they did send me the 50 except for Tanner. You know, other than that, like, it was pretty much straight, you know, everybody was knew the rule.
Okay, new business. The speakers today will be Josh Loosemore. I'm gonna get her bad first name wrong. Julie Van. Sorry. And Jerry Miller, our favorite person. And then Jason Seidel is going to speak too on zoning. So we'll start with Josh. Thanks.
Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me all right?
Now,
In the back? You guys want me to use the mic? You good? Okay. So a little update on watershed management in Kidder County. What does that look like right now? We got
Jack, you need the mic. Can you hear? One thing before I forget, this meeting is being taped on the speakers. So just so everybody knows. Okay, thank you.
all right. Is this on? Can you hear me? We good? Yeah. Okay, a little update on watershed management in Kidder County and where we stand compared to where we were earlier in the year, season, I'll say. We're seeing a little bit of a reprieve in surface water elevations. Horsehead is down 10 to 12 inches. It's coming up slightly. Runner, I'm talking about the broader area, not just Kidder, but Runner Slough over in Cleveland, that's come down about 7 inches. McKenna north on Napoleon has come down about 8 inches. Long Lake is down about 6.5 to 7 inches across the board. Depending on when you measure it and how strong the wind is, that can change. The corridor from Horsehead to Moffett, that main flow channel, has also come down. All the crossings across that water channel have come down. Flows have come down, but they will go back up. We had our early season prediction, we being my staff and Houston Engineering out of Bismarck. Mike Gunch is my counterpart. We had early prediction of a reprieve going into 2026. Now this is repeated itself. 2006 to 2008 we saw this. 2016 to 2018 we saw this. We're probably going to see it in 2026 to 2028. Now why every 10 years? Seems like it's a cycle, right? That's because it is. But the new lows are always higher, meaning the water's still rising. And we look back to the 50s, even the late 40s, and we see this trend. So are we looking at is it seasonally wet? Yeah, some years. Is it adverse weather conditions externally playing parts? Playing a bigger part or a smaller part? Yes and no. What do I mean by that? It's everything together. It's climatology on a bigger scale. It's not global warming, it's not drain tiling, it's massive amounts of water in paleo channels, historic riverbeds underneath the ground that are now, those water levels are reaching the surface. Meaning, you're seeing the aquifer levels being manifested in lake levels. So, remember how I said all the lake levels that in the last couple weeks come down 6 to 7 inches, let's say? In the hottest week of the summer, you'll get an evaporative index of maybe an inch on a lake. You can evaporate 1 inch off of a lake during a hot week, hot windy week. And we saw more than that in surface water elevation reduction. So it's not, it didn't evaporate. It didn't, where did it go? So the aquifer went through a cycle. So there was a passive cycle that went through, but we don't, that's all we know. So we need to peel the next layer back and look at why this happened or what caused it to happen. So that's what we're trying to do. That's kind of the aquifer, Central Dakota aquifer at large right now, what we're looking at. And we'll know more as we get into the winter months. You know, what kind of winter are we going to have? Hopefully it's not snowpacked. So where this comes into play is if we can start forecasting this groundwater movement, you get into load restrictions. How conveniently you have load pass here. When are the roads going to be soft? When should I blade the roads? Are the roads going to be in a condition that, hey, it doesn't make sense to waste time and equipment and money and get out there early in the season if I know they're just going to, the water's going to continue to come up. Maybe I wait a month until it dries out. The other thing I want to address is we took a hard stance on addressing issues both at the state and the federal level. I'll get to the state first. There's been a lot of talk of irrigation permits being held up. So we had a meeting with the state and brought all of our findings from the area, not just Stutzman and Kidder, but Wells, Emmons, Logan. Said, hey, we know where the water's at. The water's there. The water tables are coming up. Why are we sitting on permits? So hopefully some of you guys have seen permits being issued. And if you haven't, then come and find me. And we'll get it done. The federal side, looking at Long Lake National Wildlife Refuge, there's some concerns about what's proper watershed management, what's the wildlife resource management look like? What is their management plan? How are they controlling the water levels? What does that management plan look like? Where is it housed? Who owns it? Who controls it? All these questions that we wanted to ask because I believe, I can't speak for others, including Stutzman County, their representatives. I don't speak for Kidder County and their representatives. This is based on what I've seen in the field. And what I've measured is that I believe the wildlife refuge is beyond its easement. Meaning, it's holding more water than it's legally allowed to. So, taking that information and going through a series of checks and balances and bringing that information to the next level and bringing people into the picture, smarter than myself, more knowledge than myself, and saying, hey, what do we do with this? Then let them have their turn at it and they find out the same information, right? They're coming to the same conclusion. So that has now been elevated. We put the federal government on notice. So an email was sent to the refuge manager, which now the clock has started. They have a timeline that they got to meet. I don't know how that works with the federal shutdown. Don't ask me. But the clock has started, so if they get 40 days grace, whatever, I don't care. Give them 41. Give me the information. Legally, they have to. So we'll know for sure what they did, how it was done, and whether or not they're legal or not. And if they're not, well, we're gonna have fun. You guys probably didn't know that. Now you do. Well, if you did, awesome. Did he? Okay.
You're ready to hear what you said. What?
Mike Gunch sent me the information. So we're aware of it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, hopefully we can get some answers for the locals here. I would encourage, I'm doing this, no one asked me, well, I guess Shannon and maybe Jared wanted me to come back because I was here voluntarily this spring. You guys do have a water resource board. I would like to see them up here sharing information. They should be involved. This really shouldn't be a platform for me to get up here and speak. I'm more than happy to, but I shouldn't be the person doing it. But that's all I'll say. Any questions for me?
Yeah, are you saying the Water Resource Board is notified for all what you guys are doing? They should be up on it for Kidder County?
Everything we're doing that is with regards to Crystal Springs and the information we're sharing, we're making that available as it gets the final write-off by Houston with regards to the project Crystal Springs. But all the existential stuff that I'm finding on my own, I'm sharing on my own accord. No one's paying me to do it. It's just something I think it's information that I feel should be shared. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. The other question I had is the plans to pump this water, that's going to be on hold then, since everything's going down. I sat in a meeting, it sounded like it was getting pretty close to being decided.
Well, yeah, I mean, year over year, the water's still coming up. But what I mean, we're seeing a temporary reprieve, so does it buy us some time? Yes, but the historic trend is the water's still coming.
Yeah.
We're in a low spot, but when it comes back up, it's going to be higher. And the next time it goes down to a low, it's going to be a new high low. Now you're going to have dry years, right? You're going to have a season like 2021. Then you're going to have wet years. But historically, you look at the hydrology, the hydrographs of the aquifers, all the points on the central Dakota, and since the early, well, as far back as we can look in the observation wells, it's been going up year over year over year. And you guys, I'm sure, have plenty of stories of lakes that used to be dust bowls, you know. Yeah. So Long Lake, for example, in the last year has gained 800 acres. That's how much it's grown. Any other questions? Yeah.
I wasn't here for the spring meeting, so could you bring me up to date on the Crystal Springs watershed proposal or whatever? What
Yeah, so the Crystal Springs Watershed Initiative is, it's a feasibility study to see if it's feasible to move water out of a basin that's basically an entrapment, a low-lying bowl that exists in Kidder County and Stutzman County. It's multi-jurisdictional. And the natural course of that watershed is, if you were to allow it to fill up, will come west and go into Alkaline and flow eventually through Apple Creek all the way to the Missouri. That's its natural water course. So the idea is, let's help it to save infrastructure. If it's going to go that way, let's get it there so we're not wasting millions of dollars in infrastructure and property losses. So that was the idea. Where we're at today is